Today I fucked up by making an incest joke. Actually this technically happened yesterday, but you get the point. So me and one of my friends, let's call him John, were play GTAV because the new heist came out, and one of our friends, let's call him Jack, promised to play with us after ghosting us for about a month. So it was 5 o'clock, which was the time he promised to get on at, then comes 5:30, then 6 o'clock, and you get the point. Well, at about 7 or so Jack starts a group with himself, John, me, and a few other friends saying how he was hanging out with his family and stuff, and John apologizes immediately, but I was a little mad that he promised to get on but ghosted us, so I made an incest joke, and the second after that happened I knew I effed up. Chat erupted with Jack getting pissed off at me and threatening to kill me over an incest joke. I knew what I said was wrong, but threatening to kill someone because they made one harmless joke. We ended up fighting back for an hour or so, and then we stopped. I lost a friend that day and possibly another one. Too long didn't read. I made an incest joke and lost a friend over it and possibly another one. Edit 1. Everyone in the group chat's parents found out and now don't want their kids to hang out with me. I now don't know what to do because some of the people in the group chat were my really good friends. I don't know what I am going to do now that I lost some of my best friends. Now I only have a few friends that I'm not even that close with. Be careful who you call your friends. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Al Capone. Makes one wonder what's been going on in Jack's family. Maybe you accidentally hit a nerve? Yeah, possibly. You gotta tell us the joke? Question mark. It was the aristocrats. I've noticed that true friends are able to mess with each other like such and still be friends, because as long as you don't push them away, or they don't push you away, you all will be friends no matter what. That is an oof, my guy. I hope things start to look up for you soon. Thanks so much. My mom also found out and had talk with me, but NGL she didn't even really care and just gave me a talk. Sounds like some shitty sensitive friends. Who the fuck gets mad over some banter between buds? Now ya gotta tell us the joke though. What were you doing having an orgy with them? Today I fucked up by sleeping in the vicinity of my girlfriend. To preface, I'm 17 and my girlfriend is 18. We've been in LDR for close to a year now. Every now and then, we'll be able, with parents' approval, to stay with each other at one of our houses for a small period of time. Last night, my girlfriend and I had been chilling in my basement, which is where she is staying, and we were both getting tired, and ready to go to bed. The issue with this was that we were both still craving to be with each other, and didn't want to separate by the 2 floors we had been doing previously. We decided that the best way to try to do what we wanted but still appease my parents would be to have me sleep on a couch in our main room and she'd be on a couch in the back room. We did this, and it had been fine. When we woke up, however, my parents asked me whether or not I had slept downstairs. I was honest and said yes, but we'd made sure to do it in separate rooms to try to follow what they expected. Despite this, they still grilled me once my girlfriend had gone downstairs to change. They grilled me hard, made me feel like shit. Now, I'm just sitting here, feeling like a failure because I love my girlfriend. I feel like shit and my parents are disappointed with me. I just don't know what to do right now. Apparently choosing to love your girlfriend and sleep about 50 feet apart in different rooms means that I fucked up to the nth degree. Too long didn't read. I slept in a rough vicinity of my girlfriend and my parents freaked out, and now I feel like shit and a failure. As a father of a son who is 17 and dating an 18-year-old, your parents are fucking ridiculous. I just don't understand parents who act like this. Do they not remember how horny they were at that age? Kids are going to do whatever they want, we just have to educate them and hope they make the right choices. College is gonna blow your mind. The fact that you feel bad that your parents are disappointed in you means you're a good son. You don't need to feel so bad though. From the tone of it, it sounds like you've probably listened to what they ask you to 95% of the time. Their disappointment this time is unfounded, and it's only because you've set such high expectations already. People, parents included, take that kind of stuff for granted sometimes. You probably know you're a great kid, and you should know it too. Most people don't have the restraint you showed here. Like it says elsewhere in this thread, try to go away for college if you can. You'll have fun, I promise. Good luck. Is this a religious/cultural thing? We decided as a couple that we'd make sure her kids knew it was okay to have boyfriends/girlfriends stay overnight in their beds. They got the contraception and STD talk. We'd rather our family grew up exploring their sexuality in a safe place and not think sex was in any way bad. Both sets of your parents need to chill. As a woman in my 30s, I'm still not allowed to share a bed with my husband of many years in my mother's house because we weren't married in a church. Religion may be a factor. I had a similar discussion with my mom after going to a party. She was laying into me about it and I just got fed up and said, if this is how I'm going to be treated for behaving well, then why don't I just behave poorly? I'll just accept the drugs and alcohol next time since I'm going to be treated like I did anyway. So in your shoes I would have said something like, fine, next time I'll just sleep with her. Might even have sex, who knows? If I'm going to get treated like shit for trying to do the right thing, I might as well get the enjoyment of actually doing what I'm being punished for. Today I fucked up by getting high with my dad and ending up in the ER. So, here goes nothing. My dad and I have a very close relationship. He's basically my best friend. We've smoked it up a time or two, listened to Pink Floyd, eaten too much food, and watched a great deal of movies. This one day we decide to relax a bit and he pulls out a bong. I've hit a bong multiple times before, so I wasn't worried and knew what to expect. I hit the bong, had my usual coughing fit, and waited for the high to hit. I put on an old song from the 70s or so and we're jamming out, and all of a sudden I hear my heart rate pounding in my head. It feels like I can't hear anything but my heartbeat. I watch my dad as he stands in front of me, and he's talking but I can't hear him. All I hear is my heart rate. I start to freak out. I've never had a panic attack and I've never even gotten anxious, but I really started to freak out. I couldn't feel my legs, hands, or my face. I could barely talk. All I could feel was my heartbeat, and it felt like it was racing 200 beats per minute. I try breathing slowly to calm down and nothing works, which makes me freak out even more. My dad is grinning ear to ear. We're both high off our asses and he's having the best time ever while I'm grabbing onto the stool I'm sitting on with shaking hands, my heart rate getting faster. At this point I'm having a full-blown panic attack and I think I'm going to die, so I look at him and I go, "Dad, I think I'm dying." My heart is racing. My dad, who is stoned out of his mind, feels my pulse and starts to freak out, too. His only child looks at him all crazed out and bug-eyed, and since he, too, is high, we both think I'm about to have a heart attack. So we go to the ER. We get to the ER and I can barely feel my legs as they walk to the front desk. Everything is whirling around me like some kind of sloppy painting, and my heart is still pounding. They take my pulse and it's about 180 resting, so they take me in. I'm in there with my dad, and we're both still stoned, and the doctor comes in and makes sure I'm okay. He asks me what I was doing when my heart began to race, and this question gets me so paranoid that it spikes my heart rate and makes my machine start beeping like a lie detector. After an hour, my heart rate goes down to about 100 and they send me home. We leave the hospital and we go to McDonald's. As we eat our McChickens, my dad looks at me and goes, "I don't know if we can ever smoke together again." I almost had a heart attack, too. Looking back, I think the nurses knew we were both high. I'm pretty sure I had a panic attack, and so did my dad. We both laugh about this story to this day. I haven't smoked pot since. Too long, didn't read, got really high, had a panic attack, forced dad to drive me to the ER, almost got arrested. Oh my god, I thought it was just me. I took some edibles for sleeping. It was supposed to calm me down. I am a very anxious person anyway, so it was supposed to relax me. did the exact opposite. My heart was pounding in my chest and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I convinced myself it was just because I was high and calmed down. Then, my throat started hurting and my neck started hurting and I convinced myself that I was allergic to this food that I ate for dinner because it had some new spices in it and I was having an allergic reaction. I swear to God I felt physiological responses. I had to gasp for breath. My voice seemed extra loud in my ears. I got really fidgety and started pacing around the bedroom. I ended up calming myself down, but it was scary as hell. I am never taking weed to go to sleep again. Dude, if you end up in the ER for any reason, tell them the truth. They'll be able to help you more efficiently and they are not the police, nor can they call the police, except for abuse or similar. Doctor/patient confidentiality friend, the most they do is draw blood or do a urine test to make sure your stash wasn't unknowingly spiked with something beyond your knowledge, and that's only to facilitate proper care. Which Pink Floyd album was it though? Dark Side of the Moon Smile. How did you get to the ER if you were both stoned out of your minds? Don't drive high. Let me introduce you to a wonderful new invention, Uber, preceded by taxis, followed by Lyft. Know your limits. Oh, I do. I've gotten high plenty of times. But, when I got there, they did say I was dehydrated, which is what caused my heart rate to spike. Still terrifying.